From stories across the globe to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
A very good evening. I am Dishan Virakone, and we start off by taking a look at your top stories for tonight. The digital platform launched to prepare a sustainable educational policy framework. 2 individuals arrested for encouraging terrorist and extremist activities. The opposition is requested to visit and to see for itself places connected to false propaganda on the Singharaja forest. The Parliament assured that cancerous coconut oil has not been issued to the market. Ships stuck in the Suez Canal with over $9.6 billion of goods, endangering the price increase of oil and goods.
We move on to those and other stories in detail now. The digital platform to get public views on proposed educational reforms was launched under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the Temple Trees today. The President said that this is a good opportunity for the people to prepare a sustainable education policy framework by presenting views and creative proposals. The theme of the digital platform is complete education that enriches knowledge and mind. The digital platform to get public views on the proposed educational reforms was opened officially by the President. The public can send their views and proposals for next 3 months starting today through the website iganuma.moe.gov.lk. Facilities have been provided to submit proposals on preschool education, primary and secondary education, vocational and tertiary education, higher and vocational education. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that many people in the country are good at giving views and it is important to implement them. Education is an important sector where experiments cannot be done. It is important to get views of all stakeholders in a sustainable manner. It is essential to have a productive plan to prevent the destruction of youth lives, to prevent the country going backwards from the primary education to the tertiary education. An important point in the Vistas of Prosperity statement is to plan human capital and nurture it to suit the 21st century. Several educational reforms are needed to achieve it. The President said that the main aim is to provide a complete education for the children in the country without considering economic situation, social status or the area from the preschool. The President said that by 2023 the internet and technological problems would be removed and local education system would be made further closer to the modern world.
සාධකයන් නොතකා ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වෙසෙන සියලුම දරුවන් පෙර පාසලේ සිටම ਸਰව සම්පූර්ණ අධ්‍යාපනයක් ලබා දීම අපේ ප්‍රධාන අරමුණ. අපි 2023 වර්ෂය වන විට දැනට පවතින ඉන්ටර්නෙට් සහ තාක්ෂණික හිඟය ඉවත් කරලා ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අධ්‍යාපන ක්‍රමයේ නූතන ලෝකයට තවත් ලං කිරීමට අපි කටයුතු කරනවා.
Another aim of the reforms is to provide more opportunities to access higher education. Development of employment skills are expected through the modernization of syllabus and universities and a restructuring. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that it is necessary to completely change the open university system, enabling the youth who lost their higher education to develop their educational qualifications and skills. He said it is of no use providing the same degree given by traditional universities through open university. The most important sector in the country is agriculture, but the agriculture graduates are in the central bank, banks and in public service. He said that they should be in the agricultural field. The President added that everything is done to make the present generation suitable for the future.
මේ සියලුම ප්‍රයත්නයන් කරන්නේ අපේ වත්මන් දරු පරපුර අනාගතයට මුහුණ දිය හැකි දරුවන්සේ සකස් කිරීමට.
The Mahasangha, the clergy, Minister Namal Rajapaksa, Governors Marshal of the Air Force Roshan Gunatilaka, Anuradha Yahampath, State Minister Sita Arambepula, Vijitha Berogoda, D.V. Chanaka, State Secretary to Education Dr. M. Upali Sedara, diplomats, state officials, principals, teachers and school students attended the function.
Now, the 3-day debate on the Easter Sunday Commission report in Parliament ended today. Public representatives of the governing party and the opposition expressed their views about the Easter Sunday report. Former President Parliamentarian Maithripala Sirisena said that the people are of the opinion that he knew early about the Easter Sunday attack and he is responsible for it. He said it is totally false.
කලින් දැනගෙන තියෙනවා ජනාධිපතිවරයා මේකට සම්පූර්ණ වග කියන්න ඕනේ කියලා විශේෂයෙන්ම ජනතාව තුල වැරදි මතයක් තිබෙනවා මම සම්බන්ධයෙන් කරුණු දැනගෙන මම අවශ්‍ය ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගත්තේ නැහැ කියලා. බොරුව කියන එක දිගට කියන්න උනහම ගොබෙල්ස් න්‍යාය තමයි බොරුව එක දිගට කියන්න කියලා ගොබෙල්ස් කියනවා. එතකොට ඒක ඇත්ත වෙනවයි කියලා. මා සම්බන්ධයෙන් තිබෙන ජනමතයක් මම කියන්නේ ඒක ගොබෙල්ස් න්‍යායට අනුව වෙච්ච දෙයක් කියලායි මම කියන්නේ.
Parliamentarian Partali Champika Ranavaka said that Pakistan intelligence units made a specific warning to the Sri Lanka embassy that extremist groups are working together with other international terrorist organizations, including Afghanistan. He said local security authorities could not take action about the incident. Parliamentarian Anurukumar Disanayaka said that the government established on the 8th of January 2015 was converted into a government without integrity. Therefore, space have been given to develop racial tendencies. He said there is a question whether the previous administration has no responsibility for allowing a group to be developed until an attack and be unable to prevent the attack.
Two suspects, including a close associate of the main suicide bomber of the Easter Sunday attack, Zahran Hashim, have been arrested following an investigation conducted by the Terrorist Investigation Division. The 49-year-old suspect has been arrested at Kathankudi area in Batticaloa. He has published extremist views on Facebook justifying the Easter Sunday attack. The other person has been deported from the United Arab Emirates to Sri Lanka, and the police say he tried to spread various ideologies, including extremism, in the country.
In the meantime, a group of parliamentarians said that there is no truth in the rumours that deforestation is taking place in Singharaja. They said that the rumours were fabricated to embarrass the government. There was a propaganda in the last few days claiming that a hotel was being built in the Singharaja rainforest. This was spread on some media and social media platforms. Although the young lady stated that a hotel would be built, the Central Environmental Authority stated that the owners of the land have obtained permission to build 3 houses. The relevant housing plans have also been submitted. The buildings that are said to be built by destroying Singharaja were subject to an inspection today. The inspection was led by State Minister Janaka Vakkumbara and a group of 12 ruling party MPs. Government officials and villagers in the area were also present. The MPs led by the State Minister also confirmed the documents and the ownership of the land on which the construction is being carried out. They request all parties, including opposition MPs and environmentalists, to come to the location and realize the truth or falsehood for themselves.
In the meantime, the principal of Devi Balika Vidyalaya, Colombo, said that the propaganda carried out by some media claiming that Devi Balika Vidyalaya will be relocated is completely untrue. She mentioned this, making a special statement to the national television. Devi Balika Vidyalaya was established in the year 1953. It is one of the premier girls' colleges in the country. The first principal was Deshabandhu Dr. Vimala De Silva. The current principal, Pradeepa Samarat has said that no decision has been taken to relocate Devi Balika Vidyalaya. Mrs. Pradeepa Samarat has said that she saw a report claiming that the college will be relocated on a private media platform. She said that the people who were loyal to the school were concerned in this regard. She further stressed that she guarantees no decision now or in the future will be made to relocate the school, as per the advice of the Secretary to the Ministry of Education.
The epidemiology unit says that the AstraZeneca vaccine has so far been provided to 869,709 persons under the COVID-19 inoculation program. 13,382 persons were vaccinated yesterday. The vaccination program has been carried out for the 57th day today. The vaccination program has been implemented at present for persons above 60 years. The number of recoveries from COVID-19 has reached 88,145. It is a percentage of 96.38. Another 2,753 patients are continuously undergoing treatment. Another 166 COVID-19 patients were detected in the island today. All of them were close associates of the Palyagoda COVID cluster. 3 COVID-19 deaths were reported yesterday from Passara, Niriyala and Kandy areas. Jaffna District Secretary Kanapati Pille Maheshan said that several roads and business establishments were temporarily closed due to finding 66 COVID-19 patients in the Jaffna town. It includes the area up to Powerhouse Mawatha from Wembadi Junction up to Hospital Road from Kankasantuya Road and Kasturia Road. Business establishments in those areas will be kept closed from about 10 days.
In the meantime, EU leaders voiced frustration yesterday over a massive shortfall in contracted deliveries of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines as a third wave of infections surged across Europe.
As Europe is gripped by a third wave of coronavirus infections, tensions are mounting over its faltering vaccine programme. EU leaders voiced frustration on Thursday at the massive shortfall in contracted deliveries of AstraZeneca's vaccine. Of 300 million doses due to be delivered to EU countries by the end of June, AstraZeneca aims to deliver only a third. The EU's executive is now threatening to block exports of the vaccine.
We have to and want to explain to our European citizens that they get their fair share. And therefore, the second principle is that companies have to honour their contract to the European Union before they export to other regions in the world. And this is, of course, the case with AstraZeneca.
This week, the European Commission unveiled plans to tighten oversight of vaccine exports. This would allow greater scope to block shipments to countries like Britain with higher inoculation rates. As of March the 23rd, Britain had administered nearly 46 shots for every 100 people, compared with under 14 per 100 in the EU. Britain says it did a better job negotiating with manufacturers and arranging supply chains. But the EU says it should share more, notably to help make up the shortfall in contracted deliveries of AstraZeneca shots. EU leaders, however, are divided about how tough a stance to take. France has made clear it's fully behind blocking exports, but the Netherlands and Germany have been more cautious. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said the EU must respect global supply chains and fight protectionism, while Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte warned of broader consequences if the bloc followed through on its threats.
Now in more stories here at home, Trade Minister Bandula Gunawardena emphasized in Parliament today that the coconut oil stocks with alleged cancer-causing substances have not been issued to the market. He said that the relevant coconut oil stocks have been kept at warehouse complexes for observations. Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that health authorities have informed to re-export since there is a certain amount of coconut oil with cancer-causing substances in the 13 containers. He said that the Customs Director General informed the stock is being kept at warehouses without releasing them. The Consumer Affairs Authority has sealed their warehouses and cannot be released until the investigations are over.
අධිකාරිය පිළිබඳ ඒ පොල්තෙල් ගබඩා කරලා තියෙන ගබඩා සීල් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකෙන් පොල්තෙල් නිකුත් කරන්න බෑ. පාරිභෝගික කටයුතු අධිකාරිය පරීක්ෂණ නිම වෙන්නත් ඒක. SLSI එකයි.
State Minister Johnston Fernando said that the reports sent by SLSI and health authorities on the 4th of March have asked to re-export the stocks. Coconut oil brought by the two companies have not been released. He said that the government completely banned palm oil.
The Russian government has decided to resume flights to Sri Lanka from next month. A statement issued by the Russian government said that following a discussion on the epidemiological situation in individual countries, it has decided to resume regular international round-trip flights. The Russian government said that it has decided to resume international round-trip flights to Sri Lanka once a week starting from the 1st of next month from Moscow. Moscow will also resume regular round-trip flights to Frankfurt, Berlin, Cuba, Belarus, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Egypt and UAE. It has reminded foreigners on the requirement to have a negative PCR test no earlier than 72 hours before a flight to Russia. It also said Russian citizens must do a PCR test within 72 hours of arriving in Russia.
Now, the Colombo 3-judge bench High Court ordered today to further remand 7 suspects, including former Finance Minister Ravi Karunanika, until the 31st of this month. They have been accused of the central bank bond scam. Deputy Solicitor General Haripriya Jayasundara informed the court yesterday that they would not approve to bail them out after handing over charges yesterday. President's counsel Faiza Mustafa, appearing on behalf of former Minister Ravi Karunanayake, informed the court that his client is suffering from illnesses including heart disease. He said that a clean environment without dust is needed to maintain his health, and his life is endangered by keeping him continuously in the prison. Appearing for the complaint, Deputy Solicitor General Haripriya Jayasundara requested more time to study complex medical reports of the accused. Thereafter, further hearing about the bail application was postponed until the 31st of this month.
In the meantime, Minister Johnston Fernando and 2 others were released by the Colombo Magistrate Court today from the court cases filed during the time of the Good Governance government. Colombo Chief Magistrate Buddhika Sri Ragala said that they would be released according to an order from the Colombo High Court. Former chairman of Sathosa, Iraj Fernando, and former managing director Mohammed Sakir were released along with the minister. The Bribery Commission has filed a case at the Colombo Magistrate Court stating that they have caused a loss of 40 million rupees to the government by deploying 153 Sathosa employees for political activities from 2010 to 2014. The Colombo High Court, which heard the revision petition against it, ordered that the Bribery Commission had filed a case against the law. Accordingly, the Colombo Chief Magistrate released the accused.
Now, the 16th Gamasamapali Sandhya program will be held tomorrow at Akurasa, Pitabaddara, Kirivalkale North 3rd Step Gramanildaya Division under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The discussion, which will commence at 10 a.m. at the Darangala School, will be attended by public representatives led by parliamentarians in the district, ministry secretaries and heads of organizations. This is the 2nd Gamasamapali Sandhya program which will be held in the southern province. Kirivalkale Gramanildaya Division, established in 1958, is the village with most difficulties in the Pitabaddara Divisional Secretariat area. 622 families live in the village, which has a population of 2,990. Their main income is tea plantations, and they also grow cinnamon, rubber, pepper and coconut as additional crops. People at the Kirivalkale and nearby villages are suffering from many hardships from a long time. Among them are road and transport difficulties, lack of health and sanitary facilities, water shortage for drinking and cultivations, agricultural problems, housing scarcity and a lack of communicational facilities. Educational facilities such as insufficient school infrastructure and shortage of teachers are also experienced by the people in the area. They are also undergoing hardships due to forest conservation regulations. The President planned Gamasamapali Sandhya program to see economic problems faced by the villagers and to provide solutions with political authorities and officials. The Vistas of Prosperity Manifesto has pledged to build a strong national economy based on agriculture. And that's a wrap of tonight's Primetime News. And until we meet again next time, do take care and good night.
Stay safe.